Good evening, friends. Meeting again in the session of Materia Medica. And today we're going to learn one more remedy from the biochemic system of medicines, and again a part and parcel of second year syllabus of BHMS. That is the Natrum Phosphoricum. In fact, it is the last remedy which was remaining yet to be discussed. We're going to learn it from Borix Materia Medica, but before going to the Borix Materia Medica, I want to share certain cases which I have treated with the Natrum Phosphoricum. It is wonderful remedy, has many aspects, and it is very useful in your day-to-day practice. This remedy I have utilized for first important thing, whenever the patient has a severe acid peptic trouble with a lot of irritations and a yellowish vomiting, along with the golden yellow colored creamy tongue, if it is there, if patient has not consumed any food before that and or even a tea, and if it looks like that, remedy is always a Natrum Phosphoricum. It is a very good remedy in acid peptic trouble. My suggestion to all the practitioners is that as you use the Nux vomica in the similar manner, you can use the Natrum Phosphoricum in the same manner. It is so useful. The problem is that because of excessive sugar, the lactic acid metabolism which is disturbed and lactic acid secretion is more, causing acid peptic trouble in case of Natrum Phosphoricum. And this remedy works beautifully in such types of conditions. But characteristic of this is the golden yellow colored creamy tongue is the characteristic of this remedy. So you have to make in your mind the different tongues. How is the tongue of Natrum Phos? How is the tongue of Antimtart? How is the tongue of the Merxol, the Natrum Mure? Every remedy, the tongue is very important indicator, and which is not you cannot miss the remedy on the basis of that, which is one of the important thing one should not miss. So this is one case in which I have treated, and it has wonderfully recovered with the help of plainly Natrum Phosphoricum. Second case was interesting. She was a lady nearly about 33 years of age, married 10 years back, and never had an issue. She was investigated, her husband was investigated by many gynecologists, and they found everything normal. Only one gynecologist who found that her vaginal pH was severe acidic, and his consideration was that they were not getting the pregnancy because whenever they have contact, the sperms gets died because of the acidic pH or severe acid secretions over there in vagina. But they have tried lot of things. They have tried even the IUI, which never worked. And this patient came to me. I took the whole case. I have taken both, I have investigated both partners, but the husband's his sperms were normal, everything was normal. So I have not treated him, but I have taken case of his wife, and this was the problem. Then I have studied the whole case. There were two elements which were present in that case. First, the depression, because after 10 years of marriage, she was not getting the pregnant. And that depression was there. And every time, whenever she used to get the menses, she used to get tremendously nervous, depressed. And she feels what to do and what not to do. Because of that, she was not able to get mixed with the people. She wants to remain aloof. That is another natural element which was there. Third natrum element was there in her case was she was quite brooding over this grief. And this grief was big because everyone, whenever everyone meets and everyone asks, what do you have any issue? And when she has to say no, it hurts a lot. That was another important thing, the third important natrum element. Fourth important element was that she used to crave a salt. That was natrum element which was there. And then when I have investigated, I have looked her all things. One more finding which was there in her laboratory investigation, that her urine contains lot of oxalates. See, the natrum element with oxalates, with acidic pH of the vagina, tremendous acid secretions in the vagina. And a last characteristic which I got over there is the typical golden yellow coating creamy tongue. So it was found to be a very clear-cut Natrum Phos from my point of view. So I have not considered directly Natrum Phos from biochemic system. I have utilized Natrum Phos 30 from homeopathic potency, and I have started giving him 30. After 1 month, I have increased it to 100. To my surprise, in the third month, she conceived. And she conceived and had a good pregnancy. Throughout, she was observed in my clinic, and she delivered in our hospital, and a normal delivery, normal baby boy was there. So it was wonderful, wonderful utilization which I have tried over there, and it worked beautifully because Natrum Phos, it has been mentioned in the female genital system that the vaginal secretions are severely acidic. So that was another important thing which I have tried in such a manner. And third important thing, it is a wonderful remedy for the oxalates or oxaluria. Many times I used to see the reports, and whenever oxaluria is there, this remedy, along with yesterday we have learned one more remedy from the Kali family where oxaluria is there. Both of them have the first element over there, and that oxalates are there in the urine. This is a remedy where coated tongue, thick yellow coated tongue, golden yellow coated tongue is there with acidic vomiting or acid peptic trouble. Think of Natrum Phos. So these are the cases with which I have started with this session. Let us go with the Borix mathematica and let us see what he wants to explain about the Natrum Phosphoricum. Phosphate of sodium. Natrum Phosphoricum is the remedy for conditions arising from excess of lactic acid. Underline this. This is the pathophysiology. Excess of lactic acid often resulting from too much sugar. So increased sugar intake causing more lactic acid secretion, producing a condition like a Natrum Phos is typical of this remedy. Elements from excess of acidity given in italics, and it has a meaning. And that's why I have told you this is wonderful remedy in acid peptic trouble. Sour eructations and taste. So taste is sour, eructations are sour, vomiting is sour, and this indicates that patient is having acidity. Yellow creamy coating at the back of the roof of mouth and tongue, again given in italics, has a meaning. It is the characteristic of the remedy. If you are a student and writing it in your mathematica, this sentence has a meaning. That is thick yellow, golden yellow color coating is there at the back of the mouth and on the tongue. Inflammation of any part of the throat with sensation of lump in the throat. So there was sensation in lump in the throat. Flatulence with a sour risings. So there are sour risings, the eructations are there, which are also sour. The colic with symptoms of worms. There is pain in abdomen with symptoms of worms, means itching at the anus, severe craving for the food. Crackling of the joints. It is a wonderful remedy for osteoarthritis mentioned by the Vori. Very important remedy. Crackling of joints. Joints, they cracks whenever they do the movement. Jaundice, one extraturation. Yes, jaundice, it is a wonderful remedy again. And lastly, the oxaluria. See, the core of the action of the Natrum Phos is covered over here in the first paragraph, where the action is centered. This is the remedy which is not so clearly proved like other constitutional remedies, but these are features which defines the action of the remedy. Then the mind he mentions imagines on waking at night that pieces of furniture are the person. See, these types of delusions are there. So patient goes into delusion, feels that furniture pieces are like they are the persons, that he hears footsteps in the next room. So that is another feature which is again hallucination. He hears noises that someone is moving in that next room, even though there is no one. So these are just hallucinations which you can get. There is a tremendous fear. Head feels dull in the morning, full feeling and throbbing. So headache with dullness in the morning. Eyes, see, every organ you will get this discharge is golden yellow. Discharge from the eyes is golden yellow, creamy matter from the eyes, dilatation of one pupil, whites of eyes, dirty yellow. Jaundice is characteristic of this remedy, because of which yellowish sclera, you can find it out over there. Ears, one ear is red, hot, frequently itchy, accompanied by gastric derangement and acidity. So whatever may be the complaint, acidity is always associated in Natrum Phosphoricum. Nose, offensive odor, itching of the nose, nasopharyngeal catarrh with thick yellow offensive mucus. So everywhere discharge is thick yellow, offensive, creamy, golden yellow. These are things which you are going to get in Natrum Phos again and again, again and again. Face, paleness of bluish, florid appearance. Florid means lal bhadak, absolutely dark red. Florid appearance of the face. Mouth, canker sores of the lips and cheeks. Canker sores, these are just fewer blisters around the mouth. Canker sores, which are called, sometimes cracks even at the corners of mouth, called as canker sores. So canker sores of the lips and cheeks, blisters on the tip of the tongue. So tip of the tongue, there are blisters, with stinging in the evening. They pains like stinging. Thin moist coating on the tongue, yellow creamy coating at the back of the roof of the mouth. Dysphagia. Dysphagia is difficult deglutition, painful deglutition. So this is because two reasons. There severe acid peptic trouble, and along with a spasm which develops were there while swallowing. That is another indication in which this remedy is mentioned. Thick creamy membrane over the tonsils and again on the soft palate. The stomach symptoms are characteristic: sour eructation, sour vomiting, greenish diarrhea, spits mouthful of food. So it comes out, the water brash comes out, and because of which many times it is as if a vomiting is coming out. It is yellowish in color, but diarrhea is greenish. Male symptoms, these are very important. Emissions without dreams, with weakness in back and trembling in the limbs. Desire, sexual desire without direction. And lastly, it is a remedy for gonorrhea. So whenever gonorrhea is mentioned, consider the miasm is depth. The remedy miasm is not superficial, it is in depth. It is a psychotic. This remedy, as it contains phosphoricum over there, it is psychotubercular remedy. So miasmatic classification, if you do, it is psychotubercular. So psychotic plus tubercular. Female menses too early, pale, thin, watery. See the next sentence, that is very important. One should understand sterility. Sterility means not having tissue issues, not having children. Sterility with acid secretions from vagina. See, acid secretions from vagina is a very important entity, because of which the sperms get died after an embrace. And this is, they label that this is functional sterility, because both reports are normal, but still they are not getting issue because their sperms get died because of acid secretions in the vagina. This is the case which I have shared with all of you. Leukorrhea, the discharge is creamy or honey-colored or acid and watery. Sour smelling discharges from uterus. Very severe sour smelling discharges from the uterus. They are acidic in nature. Morning sickness with sour vomiting. Again, a good remedy for morning sickness. We have discussed many remedies. One is Symphorycarpus racemosa. That video is there, uploaded over there. It is a wonderful remedy. I have tried many times in my practice. But along with that, if you give Natrum Phos, you are damn sure that patient will going to get better. It is a wonderful remedy for morning sickness. Extremities, rheumatism of the knee joint. Back, weariness, aching in wrists and finger joints. hamstrings are getting sore, synovial crepitations, that's what crepitations in the joint. It is rheumatic arthritis. So wonderful remedy for rheumatic arthritis, the osteoarthritis, where the crepitations happens to be there. But all those troubles associated with acid secretions, acid peptic trouble, with golden yellow coating at the base of the tongue as well as of the mouth, roof of the mouth, then this remedy is a wonderful remedy. Lastly, the skin. Skin is yellow, itching in various parts, especially the ankles. See, ankles are itchy. Very specifically, he has mentioned about the ankles. The ankles are itchy. Hives. Hives is natal rash, urticaria. It is allergic rash. Whenever it comes, it is called as hives. It is a very important remedy. There are many more remedies. First remedy I used to think is always sulfur, but there is Urtica urens. There is Apis mellifica. There is a apocynon. This remedy is also one of the important remedy in hives. Smooth and red shining. Skin is smooth, red shining, erysipelas. Erysipelas is nothing but the redness which happens to be there because of the upper layer of the skin gets infected. It is cellulitis early phase and redness happens to be there in the skin. Beneath the skin is the erysipelatous condition. Fits are icy cold in daytime but burns at night. Daytime they are icy cold and burns at night. Burnt at night because phosphorus element is there in natrum. Phosphorus has burning. Dryodes of the burning are sulfur, phosphorus, and arsenic. Phosphorus element creates the burning over there. Swelling of the lymphatic glands. See, that's why I have told you this remedy comes to the psychotubercular miasm. The lymph nodes gets enlarged, lymphatics gets enlarged. There is a history of gonorrhea. It is a wonderful remedy for gonorrhea because yellowish mucopurulent discharge per urethra is also one of the important indication. Relationship, he has compared it with many uncommon remedies, but we'll just go through it. Those remedies are not well-proved remedies, but special pathological indications of those remedies are given. We must know at least names. Natrum lacticum, rheumatism and gout, gouty concretions, rheumatism with diabetes. Whenever such types of futures comes, diabetes associated with rheumatism, such remedies we can utilize. Natrum nitrosum. Nitrosum always comes in angina pectoris. So this amyl nitrate, again a good remedy for angina pectoris. Angina pectoris is functional chest pain where myocardial infarction is not yet happened, but the coronary goes into the spasm. Cyanosis, fainting, copious liquid stools at night, throbbing and fullness, faintness, nervous pains in the head, nausea, eructations, blue lips. So these are all features of natrum nitrosum. The third remedy which he compares is the natrum silicofluorum. That is also called as salifor. This is a cancer remedy, but it should be used cautiously. Tumors, bone affections, the caries, the lupus, ethmoiditis must be used carefully. Natrum selenium, chronic laryngitis and laryngeal thesis. Thesis is tuberculosis. Thesis means tuberculosis. There are two words which are used for tuberculosis in Materia Medica, either a thesis or either a consumption. These are two words for the tuberculosis. So natrum selenium chronic laryngitis with laryngeal thesis, hoarseness of singers, expectorate, small lumps of mucus with frequent clearing of throat. Natrum sulfurosum, diarrhea with yeasty stools. Natrum sulfocarbol, pyemia purulent pleurisy, 3 to 5 grains every 3 hours. All those remedies are very poorly proved or they have not it completely utilized, clinically utilized remedy. Natrum tellurium or not Natrum telluricum, breath has odor of garlic, night sweats of thesis. And then he has compared this remedy, Natrum Phos, with calcarea, robinia for acid peptic trouble with headache, phosphorus. The counterpart of the Natrum Phos is phosphorus having many symptoms common in them. In auxiliaria, 1x 4 times daily prevents formation of calculi, keeps the oxalic of lime in solution. This is said by Schwartz. Dose 3rd to 12th trituration in jaundice 1x. Non-homeopathically, phosphate of soda used hypodermically for the morphine habit by Dr. M.J. Lewis. Phosphate soda 75 grains daily for constitutional iodism, thyroidism, and Graves' disease. But we don't have to look towards the material doses because we never use for such types of things. We used to use this remedy generally for the dynamic purposes. And that's why common element, common potency we used to use is 6x. It is in biochemic form. Very common adjuvant to many conditions. Whenever acid peptic trouble is associated, think of this remedy as an adjuvant remedy to your main constitutional remedy. It works beautifully. Second important thing which I want to highlight over there, if you get a clear-cut picture of Natrum Phos, whole remedy indicates the Natrum Phos, then you go for the homeopathic doses. Then you utilize it in 30, 200, 1 m, 10 m. But unless and until you are not damn sure about Natrum Phos, better to utilize it in decimal scale. That is the 6x potency, and 6x will do the wonders in such types of cases. So we have learned the last remedy from second year syllabus. These are the remedies which are very, very useful in our day-to-day practice. So we have learned 50 remedies from second year syllabus. Now all those remedies are there for new first year syllabus. So we have finished, and all videos are uploaded over there on the YouTube channel. Those who are interested to learn the mathematics of first year recent batches, last year's and this year's batch, all the 50 remedies they have already uploaded over there. My suggestion to all of you, go through that, learn the remedies by heart. Uh, Out of these 50 remedies, nearly about 43 remedies I have discussed from Allen's keynotes, and those which were not there in Allen's keynotes, I have discussed it from Borix Mathematica. So we have finished second year syllabus from for the Mathematica. We're going to learn the third year's remedies from the Monday onwards. So my suggestion to all of you, go through all the videos and learn as much as you can, because it is practical based Mathematica where I have shared every time with each and every remedy my cases from my practice to start with each and every video session. So that's all for today. Thank you being there, and many thanks Dr. Dhananjay Aire. He is there, one first my student. He's attending over there. Thanks, Dhananjay.
Yes, sir. Good evening. Happy to see you.
Yes, I am also happy to see you. And there are many senior practitioners who used to attend the sessions. Thank you to them, and be there on Monday. Uh, YouTube link of Mathematica, same YouTube channel, the Divine School of Homoeopathy, playlist, second BHMS Mathematica. Divine School of Homoeopathy. This is the channel, and playlist is second BHMS Mathematica. Subscribe the channel. Those who have not yet subscribed, subscribe the channel so that you can get every time the intimation regarding the sessions. So it will be informed to you. And there are more than 600 videos over there. So my suggestion, go through that. Even whole organon is there, right from first aphorism to 291 aphorism. So go through that, learn the organon, because that is the base of homeopathy. So thanks a lot, and we'll meet again. Thank you, Deepa madam.